Hello students, welcome to Smarter Engineer. In our previous lecture series, we have learned about the animation. What is the animation? How we can achieve computer animation in multimedia technology? What is cell-based and path-based animation? And also 2D and 3D animation. That is different type of animation and its use. Now today in our lecture series, we will learn about what is the technique, what is keyframe, and what are the technique of animation like twinning, and also some principle of animation technique and animation techniques, some animation techniques in brief like onion skinning, motion cycling, masking, morphing, etc. So from the very beginning I want to tell you what is actually keyframe. Keyframe is very much important topic in animation technology. In traditional animation, had animators or experts draw the most important frame, or that is called keyframe, which actually define the frame where the course of action of the object change. What does that mean? Course of action means what does this mean actually, course of action? Suppose I want to animate a batsman is playing a ball or hitting a ball. Whenever the ball goes to the bat, and whenever he sweep the bat and the ball goes there, there is a course of action. The ball goes on the bat and then bat sweeps it and then the ball goes here towards boundary. So here is a course of action, here is a course of action actually change the motion of the ball. That's why these frames are called keyframes. Without this frame we can't define this total position, total picture into a animation. So we can consider there are several frame in an image. Then whenever there is a course of action changes, then this is called keyframe. First frame is keyframe, last frame is keyframe. So these are the keyframes because their action changes. The intermediate frame between the keyframe are drawn by its assistant animator. This process of generation in between frames is called twinning. Means suppose this is a keyframe and this is a keyframe, then this in between frames drawn is called keyframing. Suppose this is keyframe and this is keyframe, then in between these two frame is called keyframe, and this is in between this frame drawing is called twinning. These are the keyframe and in between frame drawing is called twinning. These are the keyframe and in between frame drawing is called twinning. Okay. So what is keyframe? Where the course of action changes of a total scenario, and in between two keyframe, this is called twinning. Nowadays graphic software of digital computer do this twinning of two keyframes. Okay, we don't need to actually do this manually. Actually computer software nowadays does this. So this is called keyframe and twinning. This is very important for animation technique. After that, principle of animation is very much important for us. Principle of animation is very much important. Some principle. What is the first point? Squash and stretch. Squash and stretch. This is the important. What is this? Suppose example, bouncing ball. To be more realistic, is the shape of ball should be flattened as it strikes the ground and to revert back to the original position. Suppose there is a ground, and if the ball hit here and then again and then again. Suppose this is a jumping ball, and whenever it squash in the ground, on the ground, then whenever it strikes on the ground, it actually changes its shapes like this, then this, like this. So this is called squash and stretch principle. Next point, anticipation. What is anticipation? Example, before running away, a character might be its face and look behind. If the audience is not prepared for a sudden motion, the motion seems awkward and confusing also. In life, usually prepare to a setup before we act, and the animation should make this clear. That's why we have to anticipate it from before, otherwise it can't be done. Next point, slow in and slow out. Bouncing ball may be the example of slow in, slow out. Whenever it hits first time, then gradually it slows down. Okay. Arcs. What is the next point? Arcs. What is arcs? Animated things rarely more in perfect straight line. They can't be in perfect straight line. The overall movement of characteristics is an animation follow the arc. Look, this is follows an arc. Look, this follows an arc. There is nothing straight line, follows 100% straight line. This follows an arc. Number 5, timing. Time is very much important in case of animation. The speed of an action is an important way to show a character's intent. Suppose this is speed of action. This is very much important. Rapid movement in the emergencies, while slow movement implies deliberation. Next point, exaggeration. What is this? Exaggeration and action can make it seems real. Example, eyes of a character coming out of the rockets or sockets when he or she seems something starting. So this may be an example of exaggeration. And also there is a last point, that is secondary action. What is secondary action? Including secondary action contributes to realism, anticipation, and follow through the example. Okay. So these all are the principle of animation: squash and stretch, anticipation, slow in, slow out, arcs, timing, exaggeration, and secondary action. So these all are about the principle of animation technique. Now we will learn about some animation techniques. Now the first animation technique I am going to discuss is nothing but onion skinning. What is onion skinning? Rather than making on each frame in isolation, you know, frame is everything for animation or video, and pixel is everything for image. So rather than working on each frame in isolation, animators lay transparent cells or transparent frames one on top of the other. This enables them to see the previous and following frames while they are drawing the current frame. Suppose, take an example. Suppose you are working on Photoshop with an image. What do you do actually? You have taken an image, then first you go to layer and then create a new layer and then do something edit on this. Again you create a layer, again you do some edit, so that whenever we want we can get this, any one of this, go back to any one of this from final product also. Similarly, in case of animation, animators do with this frame, one frame, edit over the layer of this frame, over the layer of this frame, over the layer of this frame, like this. So this is called actually onion skinning. Why? Because onion, compare with onion, okay, whenever we fresh an onion or we cut an onion, first we have to peel it, we have to open the wrap, we have to open the wrap one after another, then we can get to the center. Similarly, whenever we want to get back from the final product to the previous product, we have to going through each layer. Clear? That's why this is called onion skinning. Number 2, motion cycling. What is motion cycling? Human and animal motion such as walking, running, flying is the main and repetitive action that is best represented by a cycle. That's why this type of editing or this type of animation technique is called motion cycling. Whenever we have to show any cycling, movement, motion, then we can use this motion cycling technique. Number 3, very very important, masking. This is also very very important. And then masking. What is masking? A mask is a computer program, in a sense a model of the plastic mask. It protects the parts of the frame from the application of ink. By this technique we can make animated object more behind the protected area. Suppose these are the frame, then we have to must protect this frame with something. Why? Because if ink spread from one to another, then this frame may got tampered. That's why we have to protect this frame, because frame is everything for an animation, like pixel is everything for an image. Similarly, so to secure the each and every frame, we have to cover it or secure it, and this technique is called masking. This actually works as a mask. Number 4, blue screening. What is blue screening? From the name you can just imagine that something screen like blue color or like that. Yes. Can you say me why this is called blue screening? Yes, you are guessing right, like blue color is used in the screen. Yeah, but what is the actual reason behind this? Why we should color blue on our screen? Why? Because it is a technique for shooting the live action against a even colored blue background and then replace the background with another image. Suppose we are creating an image, or we are taking an image of a cycling picture, then and the color of the background must be blue. Then whenever we want, at the type of animation, we can change the blue background to, suppose the animators or the picture may be from America, or in front of Eiffel Tower, or in front of pyramid of Misr, Egypt, like that. We can edit like that. Just we have to change the background. That's it. We have done several times this type of application on Photoshop. Don't we change our background image color or background image in Photoshop? Similarly, in case of animation also, we can change our background. If we can shoot the image on in front of blue screen, then we can change the screen anytime, anywhere, whenever we required. Suppose I require to show this in London, in Paris, in Switzerland, okay, in front of Qutub Minar, we can change the background with our required background. Clear? Last point, very much important, that is called morphing. Can you tell me, students, what is morphing? You all know what is morphing. Just guess. Before seeing the result, before seeing the answer, just guess. What is morphing? Morph. What is morph? Photomorph. You have used this several times in your so many apps like PixArt, Aviary, and there are so many picture apps, actually editing apps in your mobile phone, right? Photo, etc. like this. So what is morphing? Morphing is the process of smoothly interpolating between two different images. When played back, it appears that the first image gradually and seamlessly changes into the second image. What is an example? Suppose, take an example, tiger is changing to a bike. You have seen lot of this type of example. Yes or no? Seesaw. In our old age we use seesaw sticker. One rabbit is changing to mouse, one mouse is changing to a cat, like this. Nowadays there is also 3D picture, 3D morphing, tiger changing into bike, bike changing into a four-wheeler car, like that. So this is the morphing, when one image completely seamlessly changed to another image. That's it. So these are the total techniques, animation techniques, and I have also discussed the principle of animation and what is the keyframe and twinning also. So this is all about the animation part 2, and part 1 also discussed in my previous lecture. In our next lecture we are going to discuss how can we digitize a audio, how can we digitize a video, or some numerical problem related to it, like this. Okay, so I think you have enjoyed the session. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me, comment below, and if you like the video, please comment, share with your friends and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Bye bye.